Good day, fellow mathematicians. Welcome back to our video. Today we're going to discuss another topic in pre-calculus, and that topic is situational problems involving circles. Situational problems involving circles. Previously, in the last video, we have discussed another situational problem involving circle and the properties of a circles and all of the standard forms, general forms, etc. Because we are in the conic sections, this will be the last video involving circles. Hence, this will be the end of our chapter about circles because we will be heading to the parabolas. But today, let's end this discussion about circles on a high note. But before that, before we head to the problem, let's discuss another topic or a recall from your past. Ngayon, ano yun? Recall from junior high school geometry. A perpendicular bisector of a segment is the line that passes through the midpoint of a segment and is perpendicular to the segment. And let's say we have this, this is point A, this is point B, we have a midpoint, let's say M. The perpendicular bisector is this line segment or line right here. Hindi siya tumama doon sa point. So ito yan. This is the perpendicular bisector na tinatawag. It passes through the midpoint of the segment and is perpendicular to the given line segment AB. Diba? Yun yung perpendicular. This is what we call a perpendicular bisector. Ganun lang yung ibig sabihin nun. And sa isang circle, a perpendicular bisector of any chord passes through the center. Ano nga ba ulit ang chord? Let's say we have a circle. Let's have a circle. Ano nga, ito, center. Ang chord is any segment within the center. Ay, within the circle. Ano mo, ito yung A, ito yung B. Itong AB is a chord on a circle. On a circle or on the circle. Ibig sabihin, the perpendicular bisector, alam mo ba, ito, di ba segment yan? Eh di pwede magkaroon ng midpoint. Let's say M. Ang sabi doon sa statement, actually this is a theorem. Inaano ko lang, nire-recall ko lang yung statement. Yung mga perpendicular bisector daw na yan, dito sa midpoint na dadaan, sa line segment na to ay dumadaan palagi sa center ng circle, which appears so. Dumadaan siya palagi. Yun ang gusto kong ma-recall ninyo kasi magagamit natin siya in the next problem. Diba? So alam niyo yung perpendicular bisector, alam niyo yung chord. Ang moral of the story sa isang circle, lahat daw ng perpendicular bisector ng lahat ng chord dumadaan palagi sa center. Yun lang ang moral of the story na gusto kong maalala ninyo. And I want to recall, habang tumataw na yung aso, yung midpoint ng dalawang points na x1, y1, and x2, y2 ay defined as ito midpoint. Midpoint, di ba magiging x1 plus x2 all over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 all over 2. Yan ang midpoint, di ba? Ang slope naman ng dalawang points na x1, y1 and x2, y2 ay nasa formula na m, which is equal to y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Diba? Tama, diba? Tapos, ang distance formula between 2 points na ganun din, pareho lang. And bakit ko to nire-recall? Kasi lahat ng ito ay magagamit sa problem na ito. If you don't believe me, just stay and watch. The x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Pansinin nyo, lahat ng nagagamit natin, lahat ng formulas from season 1, kung naalala nyo, di ba? Tapos yung slope, intercept, and the slope intercept form tuloy. It is point slope form. Point slope form. Or PSF Ang point slope form, given ang slope and a point x1, y1. Ano yan? This is y minus y1 is equal to m multiplied by x minus x1. The dog is so angry right now. So yun guys. So ang naalala nyo, yung midpoint, yung slope, distance formula, the point slope form, and yung mga bisector, perpendicular bisector, etc. Yan ang parang recall natin before we head to the actual problem. Ngayon, are you ready? Let's go. Buckle up and let's go. Now, let's read the problem. A piece of broken plate was dug up in an archaeological site, di ba? This involves history. May archaeological site ito. It's either in Egypt or kung saan man site. It was put on the top of a grid. May broken plate daw, may plato, nilagay daw sa grid. Ano yung example ng grid? Ito ito yung grid na sinasabi. As shown below with the arc of a plate passing through the points. Ibig sabihin, yung plato na yun, nilagay mo sa grid, tapos may mga tinamaan siyang points within the grid. And those points were named as A, -7, this is -7, 0, B, 1, 4, and letter D, 7, 2. Pinangalanan siya ng yung tatlong points na yun. Ngayon, because it's a plate, edi circular siya. Kapag circular siya, edi circle siya. Pasok siya sa word problems natin. Then, sabi sa math dito, find its center of the plate and find the standard equation of the circle describing the boundary of the plate. Yun yung requirement. The center and the standard form of the circle. Kasi yun naman ang goal natin palagi maghanap ng standard form of the circle. Now, let's begin. Napapansin ninyo, makakabuo tayo ng chord. Diba? Ito yung chord, AB. Diba? Meron tayong segment AB, which is a chord. Tapos yung BD, which is another chord. Ang goal kasi natin, to find the center. To find the center, di ba? Yun yung goal natin. Ngayon, lalapit natin ng konti ito. Ngayon, yun yung goal natin, to find the center of the circle. Ngayon, gagawa tayo narrative. We first determine the center of the desired circle. Yan yung una natin gawa. Ngayon, papangalan natin siyang let C be the center. Papangalanan natin yung point na yun because it is a point. So, pwede mo siyang pangalanan. Ngayon, kailangan gawin natin siyang itong drawing na to, i-redraw ko siya. What do I mean by this? Halimbawa, this is, without the notion of the points, actual points, gusto ko lang siya i-drawing ulit. Ganito. And this is B, which is 1, 4. And this is, let's say, D, which is 7, 2. Makakabuo ka ng mga line segments. Hindi siya tumama. Ang galing. Palitan natin yung kulay, guys. Red. Ito. Tumama siya and tumama siya dito. Ang sabi, pwede tayong kumuha ng midpoint mula dyan sa mga yan. Sabihin natin, ito yung midpoint na M. Ito yung midpoint na N. Diba? Alam natin, ito ay part ng plato. So, ito yung arc niya. Diba ang chord kasi yan? Hindi ako magaling mag-drawing. So, yan. Ito, ayan, medyo justifiable yan. Yan yung gilid ng plato. Ngayon, ang sabi dun sa previous remark ko, di ba, let's say this is color green. Kapag nag-extend ka ng line, di ba, ito yung perpendicular bisector na tinatawag. Di ba? Tapos, yan yung sa M. Ito yung M. Susunod, magpapalit tayo ng kulay. Let's say violet. In this violet, magkakaroon din tayo ng perpendicular bisector. Broken lines ang goal natin, no? Ayan. Ang sabi, lahat daw ng perpendicular bisector of a circle passes through the center. Diba? Diba ang goal nga natin is to find the center. There is a way na mahanap natin yung center. Kapag nalaman natin yung equations ng dalawang line na yan, and we will find their intersection. Tama? Di ba? Nakikita niyo yung goal na yung nangyayari. Di ba lines yan eh. Line ng MC, tapos line ang NC. Dalawa silang line. If we find the intersection of those both line, nung dalawang line na yon, edi si C yun. Kung sino yung C na yun, siya yung center ng circle. Naintindihan niyo yung flow ng gusto natin mangyari? So, yon. Balik tayo sa color, I don't know, maroon. Diba? Nag-gets yung gusto natin mangyari. Ayun. Therefore, the center of the desired circle is the intersection of the perpendicular bisectors of segment AB and segment BD. Yan ang una nating conclusion na napapansin. Kung ano yung intersection ng perpendicular bisector, siya yung center ng circle natin. Tama? Ngayon, alamin muna natin, i-dissect natin yung problem. So, since green ang perpendicular bisector ng ng AB, gamitin natin green. Ngayon. Now, let's get started. For segment AB. Ngayon, kailangan mahanap muna natin yung M. Sino ba si M? Di ba point yan? Pinangalanan ko siya as the midpoint. Dapat hanapin natin sino si M. Kaya natin ni-recall kanina yung midpoint. Ngayon, the midpoint of the point A, -7, 0, and B1, 4. Sino yung midpoint? Midpoint. Di natin gagamitin yung M kasi yung M nakalaan sa isang special na case. Ngayon, ang midpoint daw ay equal sa -7 plus 1, ito, plus ito, all over 2, y1 plus y2, 0 plus 4, all over 2. Sino yan? This is -6 all over 2, 4 over 2, or this is -3, 2. Diba? Yan yung midpoint. Ibig sabihin, pwede na natin itong pangalanan. Ito daw ay -3, 2. Diba? Ganun ang ginagawa natin. As we find the answers, we put it into labels kasi yun yung kahalagahan ng mga labels, guys. Ayun. Sunod. Ang gusto kong malaman naman, ang slope ng line na MC. Ang slope ng line na AB. Kasi bakit? Kasi 'di ba kailangan ko mahanap yung equation ng line na MC. 'Di ba may pinag-aralan tayo previously na kapag 'di ba may perpendicular lines ka, kung ano yung slope ng isang line, yun yung negative reciprocal. Naalala niyo ba 'yon? Naalala niyo yung sa previous lessons? If hindi, go back to the video. Pero maalala niyo feeling ko in this sa paggamit natin. Ngayon, hanapin muna natin yung slope. Yung slope of AB. Kasi may goal kung bakit natin kailangan mahanap yon. 1, 4. Ano yung slope? M. Kaya hindi natin ginamit yung M sa midpoint kasi yun yung slope. Y2 minus Y1, yung pangalawa minus yung una. 4 minus 0. All over X2 minus X1, yung pangalawa minus yung una. 1 minus -7. This is 4 all over 8 or 1/2. Ibig sabihin yung slope ng AB, sino yung AB? Itong pulang to, ito, yan yun. Yung slope daw niyan ay 1/2. Ibig sabihin, pero since, anong narrative ko? Since segment MC is perpendicular to segment AB, nakikita nyo naman, di ba? Perpendicular sila. MC is perpendicular indeed to AB. And the slope of, lagyan natin pala ito ng AB kasi, di ba, ganun ang slope. The slope of AB is equal to 1/2. Ibig sabihin, by the theorem, by the previous theorem, hanapin nyo na lang yun, yung slope daw ng MC, dalawang M, no, is equal to the negative reciprocal nito. Ano ba yung negative reciprocal nito? It is negative 2. Diba? Paano yan naging negative 2? Sige nga, pakita ko 1/1/2. Ang technique ko dyan, yung 1 sa numerator, lagyan ko ng 1 sa taas. Tapos, ito yung numerator, ito yung denominator. Diba? So, 1 multiplied by 2 all over 1 multiplied by 1 or 2/1 or 2. Ganun ko siya ginagawa. Diba? Ngayon, kaya, tapos may negative, kaya naging negative 2. Burahin ko ah. Okay. Ngayon. So, we need to find the equation of the line MC. Diba yun yung ang requirement natin? Kasi nga kukunin natin intersection ng lines. Pero meron na tayong we have a point. Ano meron tayo? A point. Ano yung point na yon? Yung negative 3, 2, diba? Ito nasa line siya na MC. Kitang-kita sa picture. We have a point, negative 3, 2, and a slope. And a slope na MC, which is negative 2. Kaya ibig sabihin, ano pwede natin gamitin? The point slope formula. By the point slope formula, this is y minus y1 or y minus 2 is equal to m or negative 2 multiplied by x minus x1, x minus negative 3, which implies that this is y minus 2 is equal to negative 2 multiplied by x plus 3. Distribute, di ba? Mangyari, this implies that this is y minus 2 is equal to negative 2x minus 6. Lipat mo yung 2 sa kabila, add 2 to both sides. This implies that y is equal to negative 2x minus 4. Diba? Minus 4 yan. Ngayon, add 2x to both sides. Magiging this implies that this is 2x plus y. Add 4 to both sides plus 4 is equal to 0. And this is equation 1. That is equation 1. Anong ginawa ko dyan? Nilagay ko sa general form. So this MC is 2x plus y plus 4 is equal to 0. Now, kailangan naman natin hanapin yung NC. Di ba ang haba ng mga problems natin? Ayun. Yung NC naman. Ayun. We will do the exact thing that what we have done. Kukunin ulit natin yung midpoint, pangalan na naman natin niya ay N, tapos yung slope ng BD, tapos yung gagawin mong point slope formula, tapos yun yung line. Now, let's do it. Now, ayun. For segment, ngayon lalapit natin ng konti. For segment BD naman. For segment BD, ano daw ang midpoint? Ang midpoint ng B, 1, 4, and ano yun? D, 7, 2. Tama ba? 1, 4, and 7, 2. I'm sorry, I didn't remember. 1, 4, and 7, 2. Tama. Ayun. Let's go back. Ayun. Ibig sabihin yung midpoint, the midpoint of these 2 points is just equal to 1, x1 plus x2 all over 2, comma y1 plus y2, 4 plus 2 all over 2. Or, this is just equal to 8 over 2, comma 6 over 2, or this is 4, 2. So, we have determined the midpoint N. Ngayon, ibig sabihin, this point is actually 4, 2. 4, 2. Diba? As we find it, nilalagay na agad natin ng label. Kasi that's the importance of label, guys. Now, hanapin naman natin yung slope. yung slope ng B 1, 4 and D 7, 2. What is the slope? Now let's do it. MBD is just equal to y2 minus y1, yung pangalawa minus yung una, 2 minus 4, all over x2 minus x1, yung pangalawa minus yung una, 7 minus 1, which is just equal to negative 2 all over 6 or negative 1/3. Yan ang slope ng BD. Ngayon, since I'm just repeating basically the narrative above dun sa case ng perpendicular bisector nun. Since NC is perpendicular to segment BD and the slope of BD, bakit BD lang? The slope of BD is equal to negative 1/3. This implies by the theorem na yung slope daw ng NC, which is the perpendicular bisector, by the way, is equal to the negative reciprocal ng negative 1/3. Alam natin dalawang negative, magiging positive na yan. So, magiging 3. Diba? Same idea kung bakit nagyan. 1 over 1/3. 3 yan. So, ibig sabihin, meron na tayong point and a slope. Ngayon, let's repeat the same narrative. We need to determine the equation of the line NC. Diba? We need to determine the equation of the line NC. We do that by having a point 4, 2 and a slope M and C, which is equal to 3. So by the point slope formula, this is y minus y1, y minus 2, which is equal to the slope 3, x minus x1, which is 4. Which implies that this is y minus 2, which is equal to 3x minus 12. Ngayon, ilipat mo yung y, lahat ng ilipat mo sa kabila. So this implies that this is 0, which is equal to 3x minus y, nilipat, minus 12 plus 2. Bakit 2? This is 3. 4, 3. I did the same mistake again. Diba 6 over 2? Diba? So, dapat 3 to. I'm sorry. Feeling ko napansin nyo na to kanina pa. So, yan. At least napansin ko siya right now. This is 4, 3. Okay? So, dito din syempre nagkamali. So, 4, 3. Kasi may napansin ako eh. Ayan. So, 6 over 2 is not 2 is 3. So, ngayon. So, magbabago ulit. Magiging ano to? This is 3. This is 3 and this is 3. And this is 3. Kasi alam kong 9 yan eh. Bakit naging 2 lang? So, magiging this implies that 0 is equal to 3x minus y minus 9. Or pagbaliktarin mo, 3x minus y minus 9 is equal to 0. So, ito yung equation number 2. So, we have two equations. Equation 1 and equation 2. Isulat din natin siya dun sa taas. Kasi we are organized here. This is 3x minus y minus 9 is equal to 0. May dalawa ka na. We have two lines. Ibig sabihin, we just need to get their intersection in order to find the center of the circle. Tama ba? Ngayon, dito tayo. Dito natin lagay. Ngayon, ibig sabihin, meron na tayo, balik natin siya sa color blue. Kasi we have determined two lines na eh. We need, lapit natin ng konti. We need to find the intersection of the system of equation 2x plus y plus 4 is equal to 0, which is equation 1, and 3x minus y minus 9 is equal to 0, which is equation 2. Diba? Yan yung system of equation. Ngayon, clearly, marunong naman tayo mag-system of equation from grade 8, grade 10. Ngayon, I want to eliminate, obviously, yung y kasi meron kang plus y tapos minus y. So, eliminate eliminate y. So, ang gagawin mo, by elimination by addition, magiging 2x plus y plus 4 is equal to 0. Tapos 3x minus y minus 9 is equal to 0. Ngayon, addition. Ngayon, magpapalit tayo ng color to indicate na yan na natin siya. So, cancel to. Tapos, gawin natin color blue. So, magiging 5x. 4 minus 9 is minus 5 is equal to 0. Add 5 to both sides. Magiging 5x is equal to 5. Divide both sides by 5. This implies that x is equal to positive 1. Diba? Nakita mo na yung isa. So, yung y na lang. Substitute y. No. Substitute x is equal to 1 into equation 1. How do we suppose to do that? Magiging 2 multiplied by 1 plus y plus 4 is equal to 0. Hindi ko na sinulat to. Ito 2x plus y plus 4 equals to 0. Siya equation 1. Pinalitan mo lang yung x ng 1. So magiging 2 plus y plus 4 is equal to 0. So magiging y plus 6 is equal to 0. This implies that y is equal to negative 6. Therefore, the intersection of the lines, or the intersection of the perpendicular bisectors is the point 1, negative 6. Dahil siya yung intersection, anong sinabi ng previous remark natin? Siya yung center. Lahat ng perpendicular bisectors pass through the center. Therefore, that is the center, 1, negative 6. Correct? Ngayon, nakita mo na yung center. Now, what we have to do is to find the radius. And notice in the figure, alam na natin tong point na ito. This is 1, negative 6. Mapapansin mo, ito, this can be the radius, this can be the radius, and this can be the radius. Kasi 'di ba, yung mga A, B, and D, points yan within the circumference of the circle. Ibig sabihin, the distance between C and B, A and C and D is the radius. Mamimili ka na lang. Ngayon, how do we put those into our solution? Kasi 'di ba, we always narrate our solution. To find the radius, ganito. You can take either the distance between AC, the distance between BC, or the distance between DC. Diba? Mamimili ka na ngayon. So, I pick the distance between BC. Because that's the initials of my name. Now, ngayon ang pipiliin ko. Sino yung point B? B is 1, 4. Yung C is yung nahanap natin, 1, negative 6. Napapansin nyo, nirecall ko yung distance formula kanina. So, paano natin wala? Di ba? Dito natin siya magagamit. So, the distance between BC is the radius of the circle. So, D is equal to R, which is just equal to the square root of x2 minus x1, pangalawa minus yung una, 1 minus 1 squared, plus y2 minus y1, negative 6 minus 4, or pangalawa minus yung una, negative 6 minus 4, quantity squared. So, magiging R is equal to square root of 0 squared plus negative 10 squared, which is just equal to square root of 100, or this is 10. Tama? Eh, di ba nakakita tayo na R is equal to square root ng negative 10 squared. Di ba turo ko nung dati pa lang, this is the absolute value of negative 10 or 10. Yeah, ganun yun. So, ano ang nangyari? Nalaman mo na yung center, nalaman mo na yung radius. So, therefore, the equation of the circle given center, 1, negative 6, and radius of 10 or r squared is equal to 100 is x minus 1 squared plus y plus 6 squared is equal to 100. Kasi diba, r mo is 10, kapag r squared 100, tapos yan, tapos ito, and you are good. This is what it's required. Diba yun yung plato? Yan yung equation ng circle ng plato. Diba? So, what a long problem. We have deciphered a lot of material in a single problem. Napansin nyo? Nagamit natin yung chapter 1. Nagamit natin yung may mga element, yung mga grade 10 problems pa. Tapos meron pa tayong elimination method. Diba? Ang dami nating nagawa, to be honest. And diba, ang daming recall before we head to the world of parabolas. This is a great culmination or culminating problem to us all. Ngayon, ibig sabihin, yun yung plato na sira. Despite na nasira siya, yan yung equation ng plato. Ngayon, in a summary, ito yung pinaka-figure niya. This is the center 1, negative 6. Ito letter D to, guys. This is 7, 2. This is B, 1, 4. And this is A, negative 7, 0. And yan yung pinaka maayos sa figure niya. And I just want you guys to see again this beautiful solution of ours. Ang haba, no? Ganun. And I hope you learned something today. I hope that this is recording. I hope. Kasi ang haba nun. And the next video, we will be discussing the world of parabolas. And we are done in the circles. We will be heading to the next conic section, the world of parabolas. Till then, mathematicians, keep safe and have a great day. Goodbye now.